Everybody, this is your boy Darkblade XX at Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. What's good? Alright, this feat takes place in the Tier 6 raid known as Labyrinth of Lost Souls, where you fight the Minotaur, the Burden of Crete. It's in the room with all the holes that come out of both the ceiling and the floor. Well, all the spikes that come out of those holes, actually. Alright, when this content came out, the top CR was of 116, about 115, 116. You know, so I'm keeping it in that mindset. What do you do when you're at those CRs? If you're higher than that, then this will be very, very easy for you, and you can kind of, just listen to this advice and then take it any way you want to. However, for those who are 116 and lower, you're going to want to listen to these instructions, okay? So, like I said, you're 116 and the rest of your group is that, or they're lower CR than that. Alright, so to do this feat, you can have one of two things. You can have one tank or two tanks. It's really up to you. If your full groups is 116, you might be able to get away with just one tank. If it's not the case, you want to have two tanks. That's my suggestion, but do it any way you want to. You actually might be able to just have the one tank and maybe two healers. It should work out good for you. Alright, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to do this with two tanks, then talk to you again how to do it with one. Alright, so with the two-tank system, it's going to be like this. Listen carefully. Okay, so what I'm standing in right now is known as the diamond, pretty much. It's the area where the spikes on the floor don't come out. Alright. Now, speaking about the actual spikes, the definition of this feat is you must defeat 23 soul silvers, or crush 23 soul silvers, before defeating the Minotaur. Alright, so what is a soul silver, and how do they come out, and how do you make more come out? How do you farm this? Well, soul silvers are the blue sparks of energy that float around the room. You'll notice them because you'll actually be able to target them. Now, how do you make them actually come out? You notice the area I told you that it was the diamond, the area safe of spikes? Well, the area that's not the diamond, which is pretty much the area around the room, has holes on them that spikes come out of. Those spikes, when come in contact with either you or your teammates, will create soul silvers inside the room, or soul slivers, whatever you want to actually call them. So anytime anyone comes in contact with one of those, a soul silver is born. For this feat, you need to make 23 get born and defeat 23 before defeating the Minotaur, which is easier said than done, actually. Now, let me actually walk you through the process of actually how you're going to do this. Alright, so watch the video, but listen to what I'm saying, pretty much. Alright, so this is the strategy you're going to use when you have two tanks. Keep that in mind. Alright? Or maybe I should talk about the first tank method instead. Yeah, we'll go with the first tank method. There we go. Anyway, with the first tank method, you're going to have the tank pull the boss. Okay, right where the, the opposite side, the front of the diamond, you're going to run up there, aggro the boss, and then while he's aggro attacking just you, and keep in mind he's going to drop aggro sometimes, but as long as you got your pull on him, you shouldn't have to keep pulling over and over like you see myself doing. Alright? Your pull should last for about 8 to 12 seconds. After that, then cast it again. But anyway, what you want to do is aggro the boss, try to keep him on you, then have the group attack him. Once you get him about to a little bit over halfway, spikes should start appearing in the room. So you're going to actually have to damage him first, just to get the spikes to appear in the room. Now get him down to about a little bit more than halfway, or to only a fourth of life left. And then don't attack him anymore. Now, with the one tank strategy, you're going to aggro the boss and also run through the spikes yourself. You see, the spikes do a lot of damage to your teammates. For some of them, it's a one-shot, especially if they get drawn to the back of them. They won't have time to try to run out of it. But as a tank, you have enough defense to actually run through those spikes and not take too much damage. Some of you won't even be damaged, period. With that being said, you're going to pretty much just run through those spikes non-stop while making sure to aggro the boss. Like I said, aggro, when you use your pulls, it lasts for about a good 8 to 12 seconds. So use your pull, then run through the spikes. After another 8 to 12 seconds, run through the spikes again. After you use your pull, of course, that is. So pull, run through spikes, pull, run through spikes. Keep in mind that's like 8 to 12 seconds apart from each other. So what I mean is, pull, run through the spikes. After 8 seconds, use your pull again, run back through the spikes, etc. Rinse and repeat until all 23 soul silvers come out, and you should have somebody count for you. Somebody needs to keep count, or you might be here longer than you actually think. Alright, so that's the method for 1 tank. The method for 2 tanks is as follows. The back of the diamond, you're going to have your second tank. Your first tank is going to go ahead and tank the boss at the front of the diamond. While he's tanking the boss and keeping him there, your teammates are going to then start attacking the Minotaurs, or the Minotaur, my bad, until his health is more than halfway, or about 1/3 life left. At that point, spikes should be all around the room. So the second tank's job is to just run through spikes, nothing else. He's just there to just run through spikes. Pretty much just frolic through them. You see, as a tank, you have a lot of defense, so you really don't have too much to worry about. And you got healers to heal you if you even do start taking damage. So you're just going to run through the spikes without a care in the world and create as many soul silvers as possible. At that point, your teammates are going to target the soul silvers and take them out. So your teammate's job should be to get the Minotaur's health down first so that spikes appear around the room, and then leave the Minotaur alone completely. Let the tank take care of the Minotaurs while the teammates take out as many soul silvers as they possibly can. Alright? Now, here's a couple of tips. If there's a soul silver around the boss, don't attack the soul silver, because you're probably going to hit the boss. And as you see right now, he is about to drop. Alright, so you're really going to need that other tank for this. Now, back to the strategy of 1 tank. If you only have the 1 tank, the chances are you're aggroing everything. You're going to need to actually run through these spikes and keep running, just so that Minotaur is not in that area when the soul silver comes out. That should give your teammates enough time to actually take care of the soul silvers before, the boss takes any damage. Right? Like right there, you saw the soul silvers coming out, so you go ahead and, throw them to the side. Now, if you have a single pull, you might be able to pull the soul silvers across the other side of the room while you're still taking the first boss. Now, with the whole strategy of the 2 tank system, one person's taking taking the boss at the beginning of the room, while the other tank is aggroing and pulling all soul silvers towards him, so that no one really has to worry about anything. Alright. Just a little tip, as you guys saw here. Occasionally, he will rise what seems to be an electric shield around him and then do a stomp. That stomp will push the shield away from him, damaging you and your group in one-shots. You're going to want to block that when you see that. Alright, once you guys finally count and have 23 soul silvers defeated, you are now free to kill the boss, giving you defeat, soul-crushing defeat. I hope this helps you guys out. Thanks for watching this video. This is Darkblade XX Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. Dark Enforcers, darkness rises.